Well, hi boys and girls, Mr. Walls here again with you for yet another video lesson. This is our third video lesson. This one, of course, for the trumpet. And what we're going to do is we're going to go right to page 6 of our band book and start working on Hot Cross Buns and Rolling Along and Go Tell Aunt Rodie. So I hope you've played a few notes already in the last few minutes to kind of get yourself warmed up a little bit, get your lips working. Let's go right to Song 17, Hot Cross Buns. And of course, this song uses the very, very, very important note sequence E, D, and C. Of course, Hot Cross Buns is completely built around that note sequence, isn't it? Our E, our home base note, is the bottom line of the music staff. We really, really, really need to be able to identify an E just like that. Easy to do. Our E, one note lower is D, and our lowest note is C. And we play that sequence many times in this song and many times in the other songs that we're working on right now. So just really important that you can identify the first three notes of Hot Cross Buns, your E, your D, and your C. So here we go with Hot Cross Buns. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. A really fun song to play on the trumpet, and we're going to come back to that in a few minutes, but we're just going to take that one look at Hot Cross Buns. Now go up to Song 14, Rolling Along, and of course we know that this is Mary Had a Little Lamb. And again, here's that same important note sequence. Mary Had a Little Lamb, Rolling Along, begins with E, D, C, and then the fourth note is a D, and we've marked that in your book. I've circled that note because it's so important that you make sure that you return, after you go to your low C, back to a D. Again, you have E, D, C, and D for your first four notes of Rolling Along. Let's play it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. Rest, rest, rest. And you'll notice that when I'm going back and forth between E and D, I leave that first valve down, right? Don't play an E and then pick everything up and go to a D. Leave that first valve down when you go from E to D. That's a small detail, but very important. Make sure that you are doing that as you play. All right, good job. And then down at exercise 18, we have Go Tell Aunt Rodie, which again begins with our home base note, our bottom line E. We play E's and then D and then C. But we have two E's, don't we? We have a half note E and another E, and then we go to the D, and then two half note C's. Are you ready? 1, 2, ready, here we go. And now we're at the first breath mark on a D, another D, and then F. Finger a D, finger an F. We play D, D, F, E, D, C. And the last three notes again is the E, D, C. Ready, guys? D, D, F. Ready? And now we go to our highest note, G. We play a half note G, and we play another G. Ready? And now at the last breath mark, D, F, and then E, D, C. Boy, that E, D, C pops up all over the place, doesn't it? Again, you have D, D, F, E, D, C. Leave that first valve down when you go from D to F. Here we go with the last breath mark at D, F. Ready? Go. Let's do that again. D, F, E, D, C. Ready? Go. All right, great. At the top of page 7, we see a new kind of note. We see the whole note, and the whole note gets 4 beats. It takes up the whole measure. Half notes are called half notes because they get half of a measure. Whole notes take up the whole measure, and we know that there are 4 beats in every measure of music that we've been playing, so the whole note gets all 4 beats in the measure. And we also have a whole rest that looks a lot like a half rest, but the whole rest hangs down from the line, whereas the half rest sits on the line. We'll come back to page 7, believe me, in the future, but for now, we're going to skip ahead. We have looked at page 8, exercise 27, where we introduce a new note. Let's look at it again. Top of page 8, we go 1 note higher than G. So we know C, D, E, F, G, and the musical alphabet, when we get to G, if we go 1 note higher, we start over with A, and we go A, B, C, D, E, F, G again, going higher and higher. So, our new note A is fingered the same way as E, right? Play an E with me. Pretty easy note to find. The A, we've got to strengthen our chops and in fact use faster air. Do that again with me. A strong face, a strong buzz. Ready? A. Don't be afraid to make your face strong. Put a little pressure against it with the mouthpiece. Not a lot, but a little bit. Strong air, strong face, strong air, firmly planted mouthpiece. That A will come out, okay? All right, so now we can look at song number 31, a Mozart melody. And of course, it uses our new note A at the very beginning. So exercise 31 starts with C, C, G, G, which is pretty easy to play because all 4 of those notes are open valved, right? Like this. Then we go to our A's. And back to G. So in the first 2 measures of the song, the only notes that we play that use valves are the A's. Everything else is open. Ready to try that with me? 1, 2, ready. And then we continue, going down 1 note from G to F. F, F, E, E, D, D, C. Let's play that. F, F, E, E. We're at the first breath mark, the first comma above the notes in the book. Ready? So we ended on a C. We're at the next breath mark. We continue on G, which is open, right? G, G, down 1 note to F, F, down one note, E, E, down one note to D. Really important note sequence. G, then F, then E, then D. Here we go. Let's play that. G, G, F, F, E, E, D. Ready? Play. We go to the next line and it's the same thing again. G, G, F, F, E, E, D. Here we go, starting with G, G, F, F. Ready? And now we're at the first breath mark on the second line. It's just like the beginning of the song. C, C, G, G, A, G. Ready? Continuing, down one note, F, F, E, E, D, D, C. Ready? Two Fs. Ready? So there's Mozart Melody. It's a fun tune to play. There's a lot to it with new notes and a lot of jumping around, going from low C's to G's, where we really have to suddenly strengthen our chops to help get up to those higher notes. You can do it. Let's go back and play Hot Cross Buns once. So we're back on page 6. Let's play Hot Cross Buns again. Now, this looks pretty easy, doesn't it? E, D, and C. Here we go, guys. Hot Cross Buns. 1, 2, ready. Back to E. Stay on C. Rest, rest. Pretty easy song, right? Sure. Now, rolling along again. Where we go? We start with E, D, C, back to D, and then 3 E's. 1, 2, ready. Rest, rest, rest. All right, let's do it again. A question for you. You know I'll be listening for this when you play for me at your next lesson. Are you tonguing as you play? Are you going pa, pa, pa for every note? Good question, isn't it? You know if you are. If you're tonguing, your tongue is touching behind your front teeth. Ta, 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 ta. The tongue pulls back and the note begins. Don't go ha-ta, ha-ta. Don't tongue in the back of your throat. Every once in a while I'll hear somebody tonguing and they're going It's at the front with the tip of the tongue. T, 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 T. So let's play Rolling Along again, and I'm going to play the first 7 notes of Rolling Along on one breath. You should try to do that too. See if you can play all of these notes on one breath. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Rest, rest, rest. So, probably a good time to pause the video maybe rest for a few seconds, and practice rolling along on your own. And when you come back, we'll be ready to work on Go Tell Aunt Rodie. So here we are looking at song number 18, Go Tell Aunt Rodie. It begins with a half note E, and then it plays another E, then the D, and then the C. There's that E, D, C sequence, but we have a half note E, and then a quarter note E, then a D, and then a C. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. And now we have D, another D, F, E, D, C. Do you notice that the first valve stays down until we get to the last note? We have D, another D, F, E, D, finally open valve C. Let's play that. 1, 2, 2 Ds. Here we go. We're now at the second breath mark on the G. We have a half note G and then another G before we go to the F and the E. Ready? G. Do that again from the G's. Ready? Go. And now D, F, E, D. Ready? Play. And the C. Okay? Go Tell Aunt Rodie. Pretty tough song. You can do it. My beginners play this song every year. Lots of note reading in this, right? A lot more jumping around. A lot more tricky places where we have to repeat notes. Always makes things a little more challenging when that's happening. But hey, this is part of the fun of learning how to read music and play our instrument and play familiar melodies. So now I'm back on page 8 looking at Mozart melody again. Okay? And we start on our low C's and we go to G's. Everything's open, right? C, C, G, G, A, G. Okay? Let's play just the first 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, go. Continuing, going down 1 note from G to F. We have 2 F's, 2 E's, 2 D's, and a C. Here we go. F, F, E, E. Ready? Play. Continue with G, G, F, F, E, E, D. We're just coming down the scale, right? From our G to our F to our E to our D. Ready? 2 G's, 2 F's. Ready? Play. We go to the next line and we do the same thing again. G, G, F, F, E, E, D. Ready? And now we're at the first breath mark on the second line. It's just like the beginning of the song. C, C, G, G, A, G. Ready? Continuing, F, F, E, E, D, D, C. We've already done this in the song, haven't we? Ready? Go. All right. Let's play through Mozart melody without stopping. Are you ready for that? Give it a shot. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Next line. Like the beginning. All right. Well, boys and girls, I hope you're finding these videos helpful and fun. Hey, take a sneak peek at page 9. What do you see at the bottom of page 9? You see Jingle Bells. Well, there's a fun and exciting song to start working on for the holiday season. Lots of people that you know, lots of your family members would love to hear you play Jingle Bells sometime this December. Okay? And at the top of page 9, we have a new note, next note down from C, low B. Here's a C, and here's a B. No big deal. It's the lowest note you can play with the second valve on the trumpet. Very easy note to find. And we'll be using that a good bit in the coming months as we add more and more notes to our playing. Okay? But get good at identifying your notes. Know where that E is, that home bass note, and that those bottom 3 notes that we use all the time are E, D, and C. And above E, we have F and a G, and then the new note A. And A and E are the same fingering, right? The A is in the second space, up from the bottom. The E is on the bottom line. Okay? Look at your music. Think about it. Figure out the names of notes. Get good at identifying your notes. It's the key to being able to enjoy what you're doing on your instrument. When you can read the notes, when you can look at music and easily understand what it is that you're supposed to do for any given song, it makes it so nice and enjoyable. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I'll see you at your next lesson.